Yeah, this game really doesn't like to put its numbers in order.
I know, right?
Sector 3 is our hot sector.
Yep.
Not really going to
Kinda
have
ma-
to deal with the heated rooms here, but there are some.
Yeah. Not yet on the first visit, fortunately. And yeah, Kyle said a bad segment for that previous segment. Looking pretty upset.
Following in the time-honored speedrunner tradition of saying that all of our segments and runs are bad.
Yep.
Especially if they're a PB.
Yep. This run sucks. The classic me.
Caio using a Shine Spark to break over to the level 2 locks, Metroid Fusion, a game about opening doors.
Yep.
This will let us get through green doors. In previous Metroid games, you had to look at the color of the door and shoot it with something different. Here, you just have to open the colored lock.
Yep. What do you mean super missiles don't open green doors? I guess they kind of do now, but...
I mean, you don't get super missiles until green doors are already open unless you're playing randomizer, so...
Yep.
I guess technically at any point when you have super missiles, they do.
Yep, yep.
This is the quality commentary that everyone signs up for on Speedgaming here. And chat, everyone say hi to Bob. Bob is the, air quotes, unskippable missile expansion in the game. The reason that for many years 1% was thought to be the lowest, as major upgrades do not count as a percent. There is a series of Shine Sparks and shot cancels that if over a room and a half you only miss 7 frames total, you can Shine Spark through a thing and skip that. Almost impossible to do RTA.
Yep.
If you're playing the North American version, you can do out of bounds shenanigans, but we're not doing that today.
Yeah, exactly. So
We're just gonna
gotta
take
grab
those missiles. We'll use them to shoot things later.
Yep. Alright, and so gotta go far enough to the left to trigger box to spawn in the next room. So, pretty sure Kyle got it.
Yep.
Also preventing the rumbling by turning back soon enough. So another banger.
And get your cat jams in chat. And this is Box, everyone's favorite robot. And very different ways of fighting it, just depending on skill level. There are some ways where you just basically deboost into it and shoot missiles from above that can be way faster, but is risky and you take a lot of damage. Or you just use the monkey bars, line up your shots, avoid the projectiles.
Yeah, the yeah, what's it called? Yeah, you want to kill it as far to the right as you can, since yeah, box will scuttle over once you kill.
Yeah, it needs to go over to the right so it can break the ceiling and let you pass, and put itself back in storage.
Exactly. The one nitpick for Kaio's fight, so whenever he was waiting for Box to shoot a bomb, he would charge his beam, but charge shots don't do enough damage that you should be like prioritizing shooting missiles at that point. So he's usually doing like one charge shot plus one missile while waiting, but you could shoot like 2 super missiles instead, which will do enough
looks
damage.
Like pinecone going a little bit further to the left and triggering the rumbling in that room. We try to avoid that, mostly because that just involves us going a little bit less far.
Yeah, exactly.
Clean opening to the box fight for pinecone.
Okay, yeah, so pinecone's doing the same thing that I pointed out about the nitpick, but yeah. So, a little bit of a tip to speed up the fight a little. And also to ideally, since their shots already lined up by that point, then it's just easier to hit the missiles by that point. And like, ammo can be a worry sometimes in that fight in any percent.
Yeah, and you definitely want to make sure you come out of that with a couple of missiles, as there is a Garon blocking the way in Sector 6, which Caio has just entered, that takes 2 super missiles to get through. There is a backup strat that uses the speed booster. Yeah, but ideally you want to just be able to shoot it twice and not have to worry about any enemies interrupting your run.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, you got to grab the missile pickup in the other room, and it's a little slower to grab it. If you grab it at all, it's a little slower to grab it on your first visit instead of when you're exiting.
You
You
know, I
gotta.
never thought about just picking up the missiles as a backup strat here.
Yep. Since you get 5.
Yeah, Kaio opening up the path to a missile expansion there, not going in. So we'll actually be picking that up on the way out of the sector, as it is slightly faster.
Yeah, because having to wait for the bomb to explode and Super Metroid bombs take. I mean, Metroid Fusion bombs take really long to blow up in this game. Which, I'm assuming it's to try and prevent like infinite bomb jumps and stuff, like in most other 2D Metroid games.
Yeah, Metroid Fusion and Oddball, where bombs don't give you any elevation unless your vertical velocity is 0. So it is possible to bomb jump, it's just frame perfect and doesn't give you a lot of height. If you're a TAS, you can use it. If you're a human, you might be able to use 1 or 2 bomb jumps, but anything beyond that is just not going to be feasible.
Yeah, pretty much.
And here's our second SAX encounter on Kaio's screen. A few ways to deal with this one as well. It'll lay a power bomb to break the power bomb wall, shooting it to get its attention to make it run past, and then we run past it.
Yep. So easy
And
peasy.
Kaio saying in chat, Samus vented. That's sounding a little sussy. Ooh, excellent work in that room. There's a blue X, which are cold and do a ton of damage, a nice amount one might say.
Yeah.
If you shoot too many blocks, there's one that you let out. Kaio's shooting just enough blocks to get through that room.
Yeah. So you either have to like shoot an extra shot to stun it, or or do what Kyle did and shoot like not enough to deal it. All right. So Mega Core X. Again, since point blank charge shots are strong, then you take a hit and then try to release the shot during your iframes after you get hit.
Also, this is the one boss in the game that does not take damage from missiles.
Yep.
The Core X does this. All of the Core X's need to be shot with missiles, but Mega Core only damaged by charge beam.
Indeed. All right, Kyle getting through that.
And Kaio gonna pick up his mustard suit here. And now all of those blue X that, instead of doing nice damage, just get absorbed into Samus as a power-up. Meanwhile, Pinecone about to get her SAX encounter, and let's see what type of skip she tries to do, if any.
Yep. Yeah, the Varia suit, just like in other Metroid games, makes you resistant to extreme temperatures. Used to be just heat, but now both heat and cold in this game.
Really clean turnaround for Kaio as well in that turnaround room. There are puffers that can really troll you with their pattern, getting a good pattern and making quick work of them.
Indeed,
The puffers in Sector 6 on the way out are, in my opinion, the most annoying enemy in the game.
I
Because
agree.
you shoot them and they leave a hit or a hurt box after you shoot them.
Yeah.
So sometimes they're just in a place, they all have random locations and can be traveling in a random direction. And sometimes they're just in a way and there's nothing you can do but lose time.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a few in his way. Though, I think the last one he could have rolled under it instead of stopping to shoot it. But I mean, it's not that much slower to shoot it, if anything.
Picking up those missiles we mentioned earlier on the way out of the sector. Ooh, and getting hit a few times. Oh,
yeah, not shooting it point blank as well. Probably because the water is like hindering Pinecone's movement there. So
yeah, the water really messes with Samus's movement in this game until we get Gravity Suit. So if you get knocked into the water by a couple of cores that have the ability to do so, you're in for a world of hurt, and that can make things spiral quickly.
Yep.
Fortunately, Pinecone with 4 energy tanks, they do have enough to get through that.
Yeah. Yeah, I lost my like half health, so it wasn't like too dangerous. All right, Kyle, missing the elevator a little. That jump, but right back on it right away. Oh, Pinecone a little late on the wall jump attempt.
Yeah, you try to do a wall jump in that room because it's a little bit faster than climbing up the ladder, which is incredibly slow. But landing on that ledge will lose a bit of that time save.
Yep.
And getting trolled by the ouch on the way out, eventually clearing that out with a super missile.
Yeah,
Ooh,
and the
missing
puffer
the
too
ball
was
jump.
completely. Oh, pardon. Sorry.
Missing the ball jump out of the tunnel there, having to wall jump up.
Yeah.
Caio showing us off the final sector of the game, Sector 5. This is also the one that we will be visiting the most times, at least in any percent.
Yep.
We will be here 3 times. One might say that the sector is a bit of a nightmare.
All pun intended. Alright, pinecone grabbing the missile too.
And Caio with a clean charge shot on the way out to break one of the blocks, then shooting a missile block to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Making his way into Sector 5. We're going to have to open some more doors here. This time it'll be yellow doors. And those aren't opened by power bombs, which is good because we don't have them yet.
Yeah, soon we'll have like too many, but for now I don't have any. Okay, Kyle playing a little safer. Starting further back from the speed booster, or to get the speed booster.
Yeah, getting a good waiver pattern too.
Yeah.
A lot of times you want to be angling down as you're running through there to break the speed blocks because the waiver can go down and interrupt your run at the last minute. Ooh, getting sniped by a waiver there. But if you angle down, you can react and shoot it before it's in your way.
Yep. Yeah, there's like some slightly troll RNG where if like the blue X is like overlapped with the waiver, then sometimes your shot will hit the X instead. And then yeah, you're kind of boned if that happens if you do the risky strat to get the speed booster.
Caio opening up the yellow doors here, so about half a split ahead at this point.
Yep.
And now
Pinecone.
gonna go make our missiles worst.
Yeah, Pinecone's the long elevator transition still. Alright, movement looking pretty good from Kyle.
Yeah, crisp going up that room, and you want to start as far back on that ledge as you're able to. That way you have time when you run through that door to unleash a charge shot as soon as you get through the door to get the gate out of your way. If not, you bonk it and lose your speed.
Yep.
And Caio getting ice missiles, so instead of getting ice beam, because we have Metroid DNA in this, and ice beam is incompatible with Samus's suit now, our missiles will freeze things.
Yeah.
Which functionally just means we can't use missiles to quickly kill things anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, because most things will get frozen instead of dying to the missile, so they get left with like 1 HP, but they also freeze, so yeah, they're in your way pretty much.
The game will immediately give us a couple of cargo puzzles to make sure that we know how to use ice missiles, though.
Yep.
Freeze them in order to make a running surface.
Yep.
Ice missiles will at least increase our damage against bosses, though. Which is good, because there are 14 of them in this game.
Exactly. Yeah, extra 10 damage, so missiles will do 40, and yeah, point blank charge shot still doing what, 26 at this point, so
Yeah, so just a little bit of extra DPS there. And there is something big in the background. Hope we don't have to deal with that later.
I wonder what that is.
But here we're going to need to get your Franker Z's in chat, everyone. Because we've got an emergency in Franker Z.
I was gonna say that, I'll let you say it. Yeah, so what is it? The X's are trying to destroy the space station, so they're trying to.
Yeah, they're trying to destroy the station. So they're just destroying the main boiler here, and it's going to melt down in 6 minutes. And chat, let's get some guesses in chat. We normally see people finishing in the range of about 4 minutes to 4 minutes and 40 seconds, depending on how well everything goes. Let's get predictions on what Caio's ending emergency time will be. I'm going to say...
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna say 424 for Kaio.
424. I'm gonna say 420 for both of them because that's kind of the dank number.
We do appreciate our memes here on Speed Gaming.
It's optimistic, 410. Alright, so shooting missiles downwards to kill both of those, I don't know what those enemies are called, the stretchy things.
Namihe, I believe.
Alright.
That's why we call them stretchies.
The stretchies.
Yeah. But Kaio also was very clean getting down there and getting the 2 missiles on the lower one to kill it before landing on it.
Yeah.
Just to not reset our vertical velocity.
Yeah, I saw like higher level. The other race I commentated, like they were like higher level runners, and they both like messed that up, even landed on it.
And Linkshot, that time that you are suggesting there, I have made a practice save state that enters the room at that time, purely for memeing when I'm practicing.
Oh, 410. Oh, 420, 69. True. Ah, Kyle missing the shot on the Nova. And he also has 1 missile, so he has to be careful. Yeah.
Opting to freeze a side hopper, another side hopper, trolling. No beams here, so
Okay.
the community insists that you get either 0 beams or 3 beams on that door, and it's been the tournament's been agreeing with it the whole time.
Indeed. Yeah, so I was wrong about 420 for sure. Alright, looks like he didn't attempt to go for doubles either. So
Yeah, so this is going to be a 411, it looks like, for Kaio. But hey, we've got Pinecone going into emergency now. So everyone chat, what do we think her time will be?
Alright. 420. Still calling it.
You know, I want my 424. I'm going to call 424 again.
Alright, 424 versus 420. Oh, slight hiccup from Kyle on the way out. But the start of that room was really clean, and then just had like 1 error at the end.
Emergency and getting back out of here is one of those segments in the game that just... There are so many things that you can do to optimize the movement on the way out of here as you get more skilled. And just a lot of movement options. Really good place to show off in this game.
Alright, so if Kyle's either listening or if he watches back the run, then... So yeah, I saw all 3 times he got hit when holding the thing on the ceiling. Looks like he's not holding up when he gets hit, so he kept falling into the lava when getting hit by enemies. So make sure you hold up so you can re-grab it.
Absolutely, and that's just something that you pick up as you go through some more runs of the game. That you just hold at a diagonal going through there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I pretty much just, yeah, exactly, like hold like up and forward.
And Pinecone taking a little bit careful with the freezes here, but taking a dip in that nice lava bath here.
Yep. Alright, looks like I was way off on 420, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I think I mentally commentator cursed in that I was just thinking there was some clean movement in some rooms, and I am so sorry for the curse that I've put on here.
Alright, yeah. She has to be careful about her health. Well, I mean, she's gonna get to the eye door now, so it's chill. But...
Yeah. 1 beam. That's not supposed to happen. It's supposed to be 0 or 3.
Whoa. Debunk.